Bill O'Reilly here. Welcome to the No Spin News, Wednesday, May 24th, 2023. Stand up for your country. Lots of Republican politics today. Let's get right to it. That is the subject of this evening's Talking Points Memo. So we are going to have here in this news operation based on BillO'Reilly.com, the No Spin News, our radio broadcasts on and on, columns, messages of the day. The best and most accurate information about the upcoming 2024 presidential election. So y'all know that most agencies in the news business are corrupted now. We are not corrupted. We will tell you exactly what is happening and why it's happening. And I will get the information for you, which makes it imperative if you love your country, because this is a vital election, that you stay close to us. And we're beginning that coverage pretty much today, but it'll really accelerate in the summer and then in the debates and primary votes early next year. So Ron DeSantis, governor of Florida, has done a good job, in my opinion, down there as announcing that he will challenge Donald Trump for the Republican nomination. He's doing it on Twitter. Talked about it with Hannity today on Sean's radio program. We have that posted on BillO'Reilly.com. It's a smart move by DeSantis, and his campaign is very well organized. He gets to form a relationship with Elon Musk, who's very powerful. Twitter is a growing concern while the television news operations are shrinking. So it's a smart move. And DeSantis is not going to be challenged at all on Twitter. He can be able to say what he wants to say. Then he'll go on Fox News, the governor will, and then tomorrow there'll be a speech. All right, so it's a very well orchestrated announcement. And DeSantis, he has a chance to beat Donald Trump for the primary nomination if the Trump campaign goes south. And it, you know, with all the legal problems and all of that, that's what DeSantis is treading water about. He's not going to beat Trump one-on-one. The MAGA voters are too motivated, too loyal to Trump. And in the primaries, when very few people proportionally vote, the MAGA people will dominate. All right, so DeSantis got to know he's not going to beat Trump outright. But if the Trump campaign gets battered by the legal stuff, then DeSantis is there to step right in. That's what that is all about. All right, also in Florida, this was kind of snuck under the radar. In April, just last month, they passed a new law that says you can keep your job as governor or state senator or any other elected position in the state of Florida if you decide to run for president and vice president. Okay, so in the past you couldn't, you had to resign. So DeSantis got that through, so he can still be the governor of Florida and run for president. Interesting, right? Now, right away, Donald Trump attacked Ron DeSantis, quote, "If he runs, but he's very disloyal. He was a dead man walking before I endorsed him for governor in 2018. He was dead as a doornail, and I revived him. I'm a loyal person. If that happened to me, I would never run against the guy who did that," unquote, Donald Trump. Okay. Nothing wrong with Donald Trump saying that. It's politics. The other announcement this week was Senator Tim Scott from South Carolina saying he's going to run for president. And here's how he put it. Go.
Joe Biden and the radical left are attacking every single rung of the ladder that helped me climb. And that's why I'm announcing today that I'm running for president of the United States of America.
All right, little revival meeting there. I like it. So Senator Scott had served for 10 years. He'll remain in the Senate, South Carolina. He's 57 years old. His parents divorced when he was young. He was raised in relative poverty by his mother, single mother, hardworking woman who he brought out in a very classy way yesterday for the announcement, I thought. He graduated from college, then he worked in the insurance industry. He owns an agency, Tim Scott Allstate, to this day. All right. So in the Senate, we ran him down. He was not involved in a whole lot of legislation, almost like Barack Obama. But he did, in 2022, get the Law Enforcement De-Escalation Training Act passed, where there would be a set of standards for police across the country to try to de-escalate violence, okay? A worthy law. And then also in 2022, he was behind the Democracy Defense Lend-Lease Act for Ukraine. Okay, he's a big supporter of Ukraine and anti-Putin. Now, Tim Scott knows he is not going to win the nomination. He just doesn't have enough recognition or money to do so. So he's running for vice president. And there is a chance, a fairly good chance, that if Donald Trump wins the nomination, he might go to Tim Scott as VP. Here's what Trump said about Scott's coming into the race. Quote, "Good luck to Senator Tim Scott in entering the Republican presidential primary race. It is rapidly loading up with lots of people, and Tim is a big step up from Ron DeSantis, who is totally unelectable. I got opportunity zones done with Tim, a big deal. That has been highly successful. Good luck, Tim." So you can see the tone difference, and the reason is that DeSantis is a bigger threat to Donald Trump than Tim Scott. But again, mark my words, Scott, and I'm glad he's running, by the way. I mean, I think a guy like Tim Scott, who is an American success story, is desperately needed in this political climate, even if he doesn't win. Okay, I like his voice. All right, on the Donald Trump front, March 25th is the date set for his Stormy Daniels State of New York criminal trial. Again, this is political all day long. It's really, really disturbing that our country could stoop this low. You know, they don't have to have the trial begin right in the middle of primaries. They could have it earlier. They could have it after the primaries, but no. And that's because the judge hates Trump. I mean, it's as simple as that. All right, Judge Mercan. And everybody knows what this is. Everybody knows. It's take Trump off the board. And here's the former president's reaction to the announcement of the trial date. Quote, "Just had New York County Supreme Court hearing where I believe my First Amendment rights, freedom of speech, have been violated and forced upon us a trial date of March 25th, right in the middle of primary season. Very unfair, but it's exactly what the radical left Democrats wanted. It's called election interference. And nothing like this has ever happened in our country before," unquote. And that's true. All of what he wrote is true. They're trying, the radical left, the Democratic Party, New York State authorities, trying to take Trump off the chart. That's what they're trying to do. That doesn't mean the case is bogus or whatever. I think it is. I've given you my reasons. No one in New York City would be prosecuted for this kind of a low-level beef if there wasn't a political component, in my humble opinion. But I know New York City as well as any human being on this planet. Okay, Real Clear averages just give you where the race stands right now. This is an average of all the polls on Real Clear Politics website. Trump has got 56% support, DeSantis 19%, Pence 6%, Haley 4%. Okay, that's where the Real Clear averages are. So you can see that Trump is way ahead, and I don't think he can be overtaken by the other candidates, maybe by the judicial system. President Biden did nothing at all today other than commemorate the one-year anniversary of Uvalde, Texas. You'll remember 19 children, 2 teachers shot dead by an insane person named Salvador Rolando Ramos, who was killed by police, age 18. So he took 21 lives, this guy. And, you know, I'm not going to go over the story again. It was horrible, a stain upon the reputation of the United States. And Biden will use the occasion, I guarantee you, and we'll report tomorrow, of course, to bring gun control rather than sympathy and compassion for the families. Gun control will be what he does. The chairman of the Fed is promising more pain ahead. Last year, stocks dropped a whopping 20%. 2023 could be worse. You are right to be worried. So call the only precious metal dealer I trust, American Hartford Gold. They will show you how to protect your savings and retirement accounts by diversifying your portfolio with physical gold and silver. Since I've been a client and spokesperson, the price of gold has appreciated more than 35%. So please call today and they'll have physical gold and silver delivered right to your door or put inside your IRA or 401k. They have thousands of satisfied customers and have the highest rating in the country with an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. Please tell them Bill O'Reilly sent you and they will give you up to $5,000 of free silver on your first order. Please call 866-501-5201. That's 866-501-5201 or text BILL to 65532. Again, that's 866-501-5201 or text BILL to 65532. Okay, let's go to the mail. We got George, a concierge member. Now, I'm going to have a special Smart Life segment tomorrow about, we have helped thousands of people through the concierge member program on BillO'Reilly.com. Thousands. Nobody else is doing this in the media. I'm the only one. So we're going to lay that out, and we'll have some stories to tell, and I hope you consider it. It'll enhance your life. So George says, as respect Mr. Biden's claim that we lost Bo in Iraq, a quote, quick check finds that Bo served 7 months in Iraq. He was diagnosed later with brain cancer. Maybe being in Iraq caused him to die, but no one can say for sure. But his father has a right to believe that. Joe Biden has a right to believe that Bo Biden's brain cancer, not in the family, by the way, was caused by exposure to chemicals in Iraq. And we should not question that. Steve Shire, Austin, Texas. Here is what's going on. The leader of our country and his administration get away with everything. They are corrupt. It is, and now has bled into the fabric of our society, and it's getting worse. In my business, people now breach agreements that are in writing, and nothing happens. I agree 100%. The legal system here in New York has collapsed. You can have contracts, you can have whatever you want. Doesn't matter. Ultimately, after years and hundreds of thousands of dollars, you may win. But enforcement is crazy. Corruption breeds more corruption. Russell Gauthier, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, with the Department of Justice failing to investigate not only themselves, but the FBI to the Supreme Court, can the court appoint an investigator? No. The Supreme Court doesn't have any power to do anything other than hear cases. So you have to file a criminal case, and then it has to wind itself up through the appeals process to the court, which may or may not hear it. That's what we said about Kerry Lake. The Supreme Court doesn't have any appointment power or any enforcement power. Susan Godfrey Tom, Simpsonville, South Carolina. Been a fan of yours, Bill, for more than 10 years. I understand you're independent, but what does "I'm not a Republican kind of guy" mean? I said that. I'm not a Republican kind of guy. Very good question, Susan. Excellent question, by the way. It means that both parties, in my humble opinion, aren't doing their best for America. So the Republican Party is scattered. There's no leadership there. Who's the leader? Who? No one. And they don't articulate a lot of the things that they want to accomplish, like abortion. They don't say why they want to limit it or what the other side is doing and how that violates humanity. There isn't any articulation coming out of the Republican Party. That's what I mean. Paul Worley, St. Louis. Bill, it was a good thing to report that vets were being moved out of hotels in for migrants to take their rooms, if for no other reason to bring more attention to the border crisis. No, Paul, we don't do that. Okay, we don't report false stories, ever. There's no greater good in that. I disagree. John Sato, Hicksville, New York. Bill, you can say you don't care about same-sex marriage, and as a Catholic myself, I do care about the word marriage. It's a civil union. Marriage is a religious thing and not a state thing. It's a religious thing in some sects, S-E-C-T-S. But marriage in America is a state thing. It shouldn't be, but it is. And anybody who's gotten divorced or been involved in some kind of contention during a marriage, you're going to get blasted. So my philosophy is I want all Americans to pursue happiness on an equal basis, right? And if gays want to get married, I don't care. They're going to be subjected to the same insane laws, civil laws, that everybody else is. Matt Palumbo, Tampa. I enjoyed your take on the bakery pricing. I agree. If the price is inflated, regardless of whether you can afford it or not, you should not pay it out of principle. Yes, I am not going to allow these people to exploit. Joe Darvo, McKinney, Texas. I watch you every Monday through Thursday on the First TV on my DirecTV channel. Yes, good, glad. And love getting to see you again since the days of the O'Reilly Factor. Keep fighting the good fight. We enjoy your candor and sense of humor. Thank you for remaining a bold, fresh piece of humanity. Well, I appreciate you. That was a nice letter, Joe. Bold, fresh piece of humanity is my bio. The book is now out of print, okay? But you can get it in the secondary market, all right? So they sell it on eBay and things like that. It's one of my favorite books, so you'll know about what makes me tick. All right, Father's Day, talking about books. We have the greatest book deals in the land. Killing the Legends, Killing the Mob. Together, two very interesting books. $18. You're not going to get it better. They're hardcover books. And then we've also twinned up Killing Crazy Horse and the United States of Trump for $18. So if you spend $36 on BillO'Reilly.com, you get 4 books. You can give them to dad or granddad. You can give them to other people for gifts. You can read them yourself. You can do a lot of things. All right? Team Normal. So if you get that a premium membership, you get all kinds of Team Normal gear free. They're there. Free. Hat, mug, bumper sticker, gratis. All right? It's a tremendous deal. And we do that because we know how difficult and tight money is. Father's Day, June 18th. Get them while we have them. Word of the day, do not be insipid. I-N-S-I-P-I-D. Do not be insipid. Back with a final thought in a moment. Bill O'Reilly here for Lone Star Transfer. If booking your timeshare has been difficult in the past, you know it's been almost impossible lately. Most clients are shocked to learn that their timeshare is now available to the public, severely limiting booking options. Many owners are upset their yearly dues have nearly doubled during this maintenance fee season. For well over a decade, this family-owned company has had the pleasure of helping more than 18,000 owners legally and permanently get out of their timeshare fees. With an A+ rating at the Better Business Bureau and more than 900 5-star testimonials, Lone Star Transfer is a company you can trust. Lone Star Transfer guarantees the release of all liability to your timeshare in writing and in a specific time frame. So please call my friends today for a free no-obligation consultation at 855-551-7066, 855-551-7066, or online at lonestartransfer.com. So here's the final thought of the day. I'm dropping stuff all the time now, constantly dropping stuff. And I don't have anything wrong with me physically. I mean, I'm okay. I'm in pretty good shape for an old geezer. Actually, I don't see myself that way, but let's use that description for the final thought. But I'm dropping stuff. I'm going, what is this? I'm 6'4", I got to go way down and pick it up. So what is going on? I'm not in the moment. okay? Whenever I'm doing stuff, whether it's brushing my teeth or, whatever it may be, I'm thinking about something else, something I have to do, or a creative thought pops into my mind or whatever. Now, you've got to be in the moment or you're going to get in trouble. You're going to lose your car keys. You're going to leave your credit card at a restaurant. You're going to put your hand in the door, okay? So far, I just drop stuff and I pick it up immediately before the terror dog can get it and swallow it, okay? But this is accelerated. And I was thinking about it. I said, is it me getting older that I'm dropping stuff? Because I didn't really notice that when I was younger. No, I'm not in the moment. I'm so busy, have so many things going on that I'm always thinking. That's not good. Whatever you do, you got to be there, no matter how banal or mundane the task is. And then now I pose this on myself. Before I leave the house or something like that, or leave the restaurant or the theater, wherever I am, the stadium, I look around. I make sure I have everything. I pat, do I have my phone? Do I have my wallet? Do I have my keys? It's a complicated society. But I do that every time now. And that has helped. That's cut down on chaos. That is a final thought. Thank you very much for watching and listening to the No Spin News. Tomorrow, a special investigative report on Black Lives Matter. See you then. Thank you for watching the No Spin News. To watch the full episode anytime on BillO'Reilly.com, please sign up to become a premium or concierge member. Visit BillO'Reilly.com to sign up and start watching today.